We're going. Okay, it's started.
All right. Bruce, I don't think we can hear you, or maybe it's me.
Yeah,
All right. I was touching open. All right, you ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Brings you right back to elementary school, doesn't it?
Mhm.
So, next is correspondence, and the only correspondence I received, well, Dan said he couldn't make the meeting, and then Danielle just sent some information for the meeting too. So I'm sure we'll get to that. The minutes were sent around. I don't know if everybody got them or not. If we could entertain a motion to approve.
I move to approve the minutes from the March 2021 meeting.
Thank you, Denise, and I'll second. Is there any discussion on the minutes? Great, seeing none. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great, over the hand, right? Opposed? Abstentions? Great, so that passes unanimously. And then an old business, it's first order is finalize the town communication strategy. And Daniel, you want to take that?
Yeah, and could everybody, because again, apologies, I sent it so last minute, but if you do have it open in front of you, or if you have a chance to have it open in front of you, I'd love if you guys have any feedback, or if you feel like you need, another day or two to look at it. Again, it's supposed to kind of be a living document anyways, but I would love to get this posted on the town website for all three people who might read it one day. And also we can submit it to Sustainable CT for part of our communication strategy. But like I said, it'd be great if you have any initial feedback now, or if you feel like you want another couple days to look at it. I'm open, but it hasn't changed substantially since last time, but just a few small changes.
I think we should talk committee wise. So if you're saying Danielle's saying it hasn't changed too much, so if we wanted to approve it, we could. Or Danielle, is there a time frame? Like, do you feel it's okay to wait until May to approve it, or would you prefer, if possible, to approve it now?
I think, if you guys want to wait till May, obviously we can, or we could approve it with the, saying, we're going to put it on the website, and then, like we said, it's a living document. So if people wanted to give any final feedback by May, or it's really totally up to you guys if you want more time. I mean, we've never had a communication strategy, so it could definitely wait one more month.
I just have a quick question. So this is going to go on the website? Correct?
Yeah, so we thought we'd have it on the website in this little kind of communication channel that we actually just created recently. On the main homepage, there's a tab that used to have something about town email alerts, so we changed it to town communication. And in there's a little blurb, which we welcome any feedback on, and then there's like a link to another page that shows the bigger overview. And that's where we put so far the town communication channel inventory there, as like a PDF link. And we'd like to also say, here's the town communication policy here.
And is there going to
Or
be
strategy, sorry, not policy, strategy. What?
a deadline to have people fill this out by? You know what I mean? Like, is it ongoing, or is there? Do we want
So I
people to
think,
fill
I
this
think
out?
you're looking.
Information.
Yeah, I think you're looking at the survey, which was the hard link on the email that Danielle sent, but there was also a document attached. That was
That makes
that
sense.
was the like the policy thing.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Perfect. Sorry.
No,
Sorry,
it's tricky. It's like
they're a
that.
little garbled. But yeah, the strategy, I could give you an overview really quick. So the communication strategy is it's like a basic introduction to kind of like why we're kind of doing this. A mission statement that a set of goals, who our intended audience stakeholders are, a snapshot of the existing inventory, and then implementation of the communication strategy, and then just basically saying we want feedback. So I worked with one of our our only intern, Haley, who's wonderful, to look at, I think we looked at like 7 other towns who've done this, ranging from like Waterford, Old Lyme, Old Saybrook, Berlin, I'm forgetting others, and put this together. And so last meeting, some people had a little bit of feedback, but not a ton. So if you guys want, we could, again, from this email or after this meeting, Bruce, you could email it out again and just say, final call for feedback, and then this is going to go live on the town website, and we plan to do a motion to approve it at the May meeting. So that's completely fine. That way people want more time to read it. And we had also sent a link, which I can send to Bruce to send around again, to like examples of other towns' communication strategies, just because you could see, like, we picked and chose different areas that we thought we'd want to feature. Some were really basic, like 2-pagers, some were like 12 pages. So we kind of did a medium version.
I think because it's a document, it's a work in progress, that it's okay to put it up there. And if people read it in the first week and had some major issues or changes with it, we could always, it could always be adjusted as needed. So I don't think there's anything on it that's, too dangerous or, risky to put up there.
I read through it and I didn't see anything in this immediate future change.
Thanks, Katie.
So
And if you guys wanted to who hadn't gone to look at it, take a look at it. And like we said, just whether you're thinking about a strategy as a business owner or as a nonprofit, or if you want to look at the other towns, you could say like, wow, I really think you're missing this, or you guys should really also be working on some other areas. You could let us know and we could do this, but maybe this is a good kind of starter.
This is Denise. I was going to say that I think it makes perfect sense to be able to put it up there at knowing that it is a living document. And if we have, before we get further down the road, then if anybody had any comments or there were things that people, either I can't imagine that they would object to anything, but if they did, then we'd be able to sort of adjust pretty quickly. And as long as we say that it is our, could we say that it's the beginning of a journey or the beginning of our communication plan, which will adapt to the community needs or something of that nature, then I think that we'd be pretty safe in putting it up there.
I'm literally adding that into the introduction. That was really great wording. Yeah, no, I think we can definitely do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's helpful. Abby or Kristen, do you guys feel comfortable and okay with that?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
So I'm going to call Denise's statement a motion to, and I'll second it, and then we can further the discussion. And if there's no further discussion, we can vote on it. All right. So all those in favor of posting the document as is right now, with the introduction that Denise just said, please raise your hand or say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Abstentions? That looks like it passes unanimously. The next item is the survey, and that was a link that was in Danielle's. Trying to find it. Yeah. So the only, I think I had one change, and I think you added to it. So I think the survey looks good.
Kind of basic. It's like partially, I think my mind is stunted, but also Google survey definitely has some limitations. Like I wanted to do, and if anyone else has used Google surveys, and maybe it's just me that can't figure this out, but I couldn't figure out how to do like a scale. Like I wanted to say like rank 1 to 5, most to least, and I for the life of me could not get it to do that with any of the options. Again, if anyone else knows, because I know that would be a better set of questions, but with the limitations there, we tried to do this. I think one of the questions I added in was from Kristen's suggestion last week about how often last month you want to hear from the town. And one of Evie's about kind of, I think, trying to get at like, and I don't know if I worded it exactly right, but basically like, would you prefer kind of a one-stop shop communication, or would you prefer very like multiple options that are kind of separated, topic specific. I'm not sure if I worded it exactly. Maybe I feel like you were more articulate. So again, we could talk about it right now if you guys have it open in front of you, and I can make changes in real time, or really whatever works better for you guys.
I do have it open. I think that a potential survey could be so broad, like the range of topics for this is so large that I think it focuses well on some important questions that we want answered. And so I think it looks good.
I agree. And it's not too long too. I feel like some surveys are just over the top and people can just do this and they won't be intimidated by it.
I agree. I was going to say the same thing. It doesn't feel, I mean, the questions don't feel redundant.
Abby, do you work, or anybody, but do you if you don't have it open in front of you, do you want me to read probably my poorly worded attempt to get at that one question and see if you guys have feedback?
Say that again,
Yeah.
Danielle.
I said, do you, in case people don't have it open in front of them, do you want me to read like especially the one question that I wanted maybe more input on how to better word it?
Sure.
Okay, so this, let me just find it. It was, okay. Do you prefer all information in one location or focused communication segments? For example, social media pages that focus on social services versus recreational activities. And then the options were one-stop focused communications or multiple topic-specific communications. I feel like that could be improved on.
Maybe an example of the one location is that like as opposed to the or the focus communication, like in one location or focus communication, like what do you mean by one location by focus communication? If that makes sense.
I'm trying to see if I capture it.
Or maybe
Yeah.
Um,
I'm having like connections and I just like that trying to hear. I don't know if you guys can hear me too.
Right, I can hear you good. At Danielle, you seem to be going in and out. Like I see your lips moving, but I don't hear you, and then I hear you.
Oh, great. We've had technology things. Denise, were you trying to come in?
Yes, so I was going to say, I understand I think I know what you mean by one location, but you could maybe potentially saying, would you like to be able to access all information, on one page with additional links? Or I think the key is how do you, I think we're trying to get from it, and I thought the survey was fine, by the way. Yeah, I think we're trying to get to the fact of how many clicks away do we want the people to be able to go for their information? So do they have to go to social services to get it? Or do they want to just come to one page for Stonington town information, then just click the information they need? If that makes any sense.
I think it does. I think that, I think to build on that, I think Danielle, what you're, I want to get to. I'm sorry, I get to the. So to give examples, I think would help. Like, do you prefer all I think Denise said, or Abby said, do you prefer all information in one location, i.e., a web page with links? I think because one location could also be that you just subscribe to Town of Stonington Facebook, and everything comes on there. Every subject, every post, would come on there, as opposed to subscribing to social services and subscribing to Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. This came up when Abby had brought up, I think Human Services has 6 different pages. And some school of thought was, okay, well, people can specifically subscribe. Like, I only want to know about rec. I don't need to know about social services or employment or support systems, or others might. But then one, is a lot more work, but two, do you then miss things because maybe you don't think you want social services, but then something comes up about like a community book club or I don't know, something. I'm just making things up. So I could see kind of advantages to both. So I thought it could be helpful to get some feedback. So I reworded it. Let me read it to you guys and see if it still needs work. I said, do you prefer all information in one location or focused communication segments? For example, all information on one social media page versus many different issue-specific social media pages, such as ones that separately focus on social services versus recreational activities versus economic development. Does that help to paint a better picture, or is it still off?
I think that explains it better.
I agree. I think that's clear.
Or
Can you
we
read it
have
again?
another, I don't know what you're talking about. I wish I didn't fill out the survey.
I know. I think that's the one question people would be like, and not really know how to respond for some reason.
So on that, or the other question, so I can either, for this one too, we could either, we should also talk about how we send it out, but we could make a motion to actually do this and send it out for now, and then, and I can keep trying to work on this question, but we could, I think in my hope, we would try and finalize the survey tonight, and then and talk about how to put it out, and then like have a goal of whether it's tomorrow or next week, really like hit it out and say, you have 1 month to respond to this ahead of our next meeting, and then at the next meeting we kind of like analyze the results, come up with any recommended steps based on that. I'll also share with you guys a template that our wonderful intern worked on for a potential newsletter, so you could see that ahead of that meeting, and then potentially, again, depending on the results of that survey and everything, May or maybe June could be our last meeting, and kind of like, wrap things up, do a little like kind of 2-pager with the kind of recommended next steps that we'll be taking from this kind of experience beyond what's already done, which is already quite a bit on the website. Or if you guys want some more time to look at the survey and play with it, we could bump everything out a month. So it's totally your guys' call.
I was going to say for this, just on the survey part, on the ones that you choose, maybe we could also explain it there. So where it said one-stop focus communications, comma, everything in one place, and then multiple topic-specific communications, and like maybe put like a la carte, might resonate with some people, like to be able to choose the specific things they like. But if you want to, if you want to digest it and wait a month, at least, I think for me, it was important to have something posted out of our committee, which is what was the first thing that we did. And so I think ideally, so we got one. So if we need to wait until May to get the survey out, I think that's okay. But yeah, but I could easily say it's fine as edited now.
Yeah, I could too.
Denise or
think,
Effie
Dan?
or Kristen, are you leaning any which way?
I mean, I feel the same way. I think it's good. I mean, if we need the extra time, or if you want to give us extra time, we can take it. But I think it's great, honestly, with those edits.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we don't, I'm going to turn my video off. I think that might help with the broadband here. Let me know if that helps. So, okay, so maybe, again, you guys can make a motion to actually agree or not, but maybe we're leaning towards let's send it out. That way we won't let enemy be the perfect of the good, or whatever the saying is, and try and get that. And again, as people hopefully engage, we can always ask them follow-up questions, and those who want to engage more can. And then that way we can at least get it out and start getting some, maybe some more traction. But again, if you guys do want to wait, then that's also fine.
No, I think we should go ahead.
You agree, Kristen, too?
Okay.
Okay. So I can make a motion to submit the survey with any edits that we've discussed for use. I don't know, Danielle, if it's gonna, what the time frame is to get it out there, but this would be our proposed survey to go out to the different audiences from our committee.
I think that would be fantastic. And I think, well, and again, I love your feedback, but I think, we can put it on our website and our 100 different social media pages. We could also maybe potentially ask, other nonprofits or other people who have newsletters, if they would mind sharing the town's communication survey. And then if you guys have other ideas, obviously just any help liking and sharing it, we have a small email distribution list. We can maybe say, fill out the survey here, and also at the same time, check out kind of the new page that's dedicated to communication. But if you have other ideas of how to get it out there.
I have a question that's what I was trying to ask before. Is there a deadline of having people try to answer it by? Like, are we trying to collect information by a certain date, or is this?
I think you asked if there's a certain date. I think we'd hopefully try and do it by the next meeting. That way we could analyze the results. So, people would have 25 days, because we will probably want to stop it a few days before the next meeting.
Mhm.
Do you think that's enough time? Kind of 3 weeks for people to fill it out? Or do you think it needs some more time?
I
And
think
that's
that-
not time.
Yeah, I do too. And can we also put it on the would you put it on the Stonington community to ask people there to take it as well, or is that dangerous?
You're brave, Bruce. No, we could definitely share it, and then people could be like, "Boo, you're the worst." I'm mad about that orange mystic sign at the seaport still. I'm just kidding.
It's a tough
No,
guy.
you could be brave and do it.
Okay. So I
Not
also-
it.
I think was there a second to my motion?
No.
So it's okay.
No, but I second.
Okay. Thanks, Katie.
Motion to move the survey along.
So if there's no other discussion, all those in favor, raise your hand or say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstentions? Great. So that passes unanimously as well. The last thing on it was review the town website and the visitor tab and discuss where the 1649-2 link should be on the town website. And I think we discussed that last meeting too, right, Danielle?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to pull it up actually now. So I think we did. Very close. Residents. I think we did it. Yeah, I think. So yeah, under community services, we have a link to the new resident welcome kit, which is part of that 1649 site. But I think we couldn't figure out, should there also just be an overall link to this? We don't have a good spot where, for probably residents, businesses, and visitors, a cross-reference to the 1649 site in general. So I don't know if anybody looked or had ideas, or if not, we can just keep trying to play around with where that could fit.
I admittedly did not pick a very specific look, so.
But I was like, maybe that could be a little homework assignment, if you guys don't mind, since we got through most of these other things. It's just one last look at the town website. In particular, look at everything, but in particular, the resident, business, and visitor tabs, and just say you don't even cross-reference this here. If I was a visitor, I would want this. I'm trying to think. I'm looking at visitors right now, Bruce, and I don't even think we have links to the two chambers of commerce. We should probably have that on there. I'm looking around. I feel like we have them somewhere on the site, but not here. Some things seem a little bit random what we have on there. So yeah, if you guys have thoughts, if you were, obviously you are a resident, or mostly a resident of business, if you were a business, what you might want to see that's not there, for visitors. So yeah, if you have thoughts, and of course, if you have other thoughts on the board and commission page, I think we've already improved. There used to not be a landing page, and we added a little landing page with a blurb, and Stacy already does a great job with updating kind of the boards and commissions vacancies, and Patty, who's our new director of administrative services, also did a kind of big PDF sort of directory overview of when they meet, who's on it. So I think that's improved a good bit. Like I said, we have a new communication dedicated page, so hopefully that's helped. But those other 3 tabs are where I'd say still could use some improvements.
I think that's good. So we'll put that, we'll table that, let people look at it and to have figure it out on their own and come back next meeting with recommendations for that. So that gets us to new business. Anybody have any new business? All right. And there's nobody from the public on, so there can't be public comment. And people are welcome from the committee to comment if they would like. They have anything they'd like to say. And if not, we can adjourn. So,
You guys are
Um,
effective and efficient.
yes. We like these kinds of meetings, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, all right, if someone can make it.
Yeah, we'll post this just as a recap. So I'll post a communication strategy, but again, take another look just in case you notice any errors or edits or any better ways of phrasing things, or if you notice other towns that you think, oh, we should really do this here. But otherwise, I'll post it and it'll be out. I'll send the link around, maybe just since Dan and Ann didn't get to contribute. I'll send the link around one time with a kind of last call before I'll say we're planning to send this out. And then I think is that it, Bruce? Is that
Yeah.
it is?
Yep.
Okay.
So I guess we can, do we need it? I motion to adjourn. So moved. I'll move the motion. How about that? We have a second? Great. All right. Everybody have a great week. Great rest of your week. A good weekend.
Have a good week. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'm now going to stop the recording.
Okay. Thanks, Denise.